Market's very weak. So the Russell and the Dow have bounced significantly. Interesting what different divergence we have in the markets today among indexes. Netflix getting destroyed. I think there was news about Trump having to like approve the Netflix Time Warner deal or something like that. You tweeted about. Still a relatively flat VWAP here. I wouldn't say there's any really trending or price discovery quite yet. We're still in the overnight range. We bounced at Friday's point of control, right? We're, this is still a pullback on an uptrend. Mushi, you could do whatever you like. It's Monday. I'm taking, easing it into today. You can trade whatever distribution you'd like. Nobody's stopping you. Are you asking why I'm not fading it? No. It's just not high probability enough for me in this type of conditions. It's very choppy. It seems like it can reverse at any second, or the bottom can drop out. I'm not a big fan of this price action. Not really my edge. It's not really a clean distribution either. Especially when we only have 30 minutes of data. We have a big distribution up here. This is, another peak. We can easily. Yeah, gold has been very choppy all night. It appears NQ is just bleeding out here. Kind of like a grind down. All right. I'd like to see us trade above 64. Yeah, it's just a slow bleed down. Not my conditions, guys. I don't like grindy to the downside. I don't like grindy to the upside. Not a fan. Some buyers stepped in here. This is a key level right here. Let's see if they continue. Or this is just a little short squeeze. So this would be a spot I'd be looking to get long, but I'm really afraid of the rejection due to the conditions. All right, I'll take a little stab here long at 65. Nice. See if we can get back up to RTH VWAP. Look like a back test of RTH lower band. We got to get above this 778. Thank you. All right, I'll take the little scalp here. We seem to be having trouble getting above this distribution that we have formed. We have a little bit of a low volume area right here. Rejection. Flat. Nice, Eric. Eric says he's finally above buffer threshold on his 3 top 1 accounts. Now he can accumulate a payout. Well done, sir. We're at a point of control here. I do anticipate we get back up to 800, but it could take a while. We'll see. because we have a really nice distribution on the Globex. And we're just trading in the bottom of it. Just got to be really patient for the long. I think it's coming based on what I see. There's some accumulation going on here. Big boys are doing business. But I could be wrong, so be prepared. If this, then that. I'd like to see us trade above this 7. So we have this distribution formed. It's pretty clear now. Value area high, value area low. We want to see this. Otherwise, we can see this. And we could certainly see excess price to either side if it attempts to leave this value area and rejects. All right, let's see what we do here. This is key. Reject it again. Yes, sir. Big rejection. But the bulls are looking kind of strong on the delta, so they might be working on pushing this thing through. We'll see. I think if we get above this area, we'll look for longs. I'm not crazy about shorting down here, so I'm going to have to just be patient. Yep, that was another big rejection. Now, lows definitely wouldn't be the stop. That would be a huge stop. Like a 50-point stop. You're going long up the top of the channel. You can try and go long at the bottom of the range and then make your stop low of day. But we can certainly attempt at clearing that out. Yes, approaching lows here. That got bought up. They're faking out both sides, right? So, you could continue to try and fade this distribution. It keeps working out. This was a little early for it, but these are not the type of trades I want to take this early on a Monday. Yeah, Chuck, they could be using, there could be big players using this sell side liquidity to either exit positions, right? Exit their exit their shorts maybe, or short hedges. I wouldn't be surprised if we do another flush here and it gets bought up. Just a big stop run. Distribution continues. Point of control at 753 or 70, depending on where you're looking. Sorry to hear that, Tony. So in this case, guys, we don't trade the band, right? The band is right in the middle of a distribution. That is not what we like to see for band location setups. So all those setups are wiped currently. Yep, this isn't our first rodeo, Tony. We've been there before. So what happens here? Does the bottom open up, or is there a rip your face short squeeze? Or we just continue to tease everybody and go sideways? I could see all three scenarios playing out fairly. It's either going to go up, down, or sideways. Just not in a hurry today. You'll see how things look after there's an initial balance. Okay, right back to the lows. Cleared it out by a couple ticks there. Runner short, David, I would assume. Monthly VWAP's at 853.5. The volume is very muted on all of this. It's very interesting. CVD is almost at the highs on NQ. Big divergences. This is some wacky pre-FOMC, probably delta hedging nonsense. That was right back up to RTH lower band, wasn't it? So this has been pretty nice price discovery on the RTH, actually. Looks even better on NQ. I'm going to get the Fuego return to value when it happens. I have to wait here all morning for it. Anybody taking shorts? Let's do a little trader check-in. 10:20. Been here for about 50 minutes watching this. That was the lows right there. Again. All right, I'm interested down here. Okay, let's look for a sweep down here into 700. And then I'm going to be watching this level here. Watching. Dumping right through it. No trade. Not yet, anyway. Let's see what it does here at 700. All right, I'll take one long. 06. Flat. Out of break even. Back tested this weekly upper band. Yeah, if you could just hold short, guys. This is not what we got last week. Hey, trader, just because I'm saying my trades, guys, I don't want you following my trades. That's the last thing I want. And then you guys are gonna be like, oh, you led me into a bad trade. You guys need to learn to take your own trades. Please. This is one of the big reasons that I don't share my executions, because this is not a signal service. Please. I'm not telling anybody to go long at 700. I took it and I immediately got out flat. Half of you will probably take it, didn't get out flat. Now we're in a huge 80 tick loser and wondering why we got into such a, I manage my risk very prudently in a trade like that. If it doesn't work or continue to work, I'm out. And now it's tanking. These are not the type of trades I do well in. When it just kind of bleeds out and keeps going down, it's not my forte, guys. Okay, good. Good to hear. Now it's accelerating. $660. I would expect it to probably build another distribution down here unless we get a V-shaped recovery, but there is no weekly VWAP on a Monday. Weekly VWAP is the same as Globex VWAP, and it's at 775. There's a monthly. The monthly VWAP is down at 572. We haven't gotten to monthly VWAP yet. Anthony, we still don't know what trade you took though. Long off of what? What price level did you get? Monthly upper band is at 714. Monthly VWAP is down here at 752. There is no weekly VWAP. So this is the point where I finally turn short, right? And then I get squeezed out. So I'm not doing that. Not today. All right. Maybe we do look for a short here. Continuation short. Finally joining the party here. Like this 700 level to hold short, maybe. Short at 90 and a half. Okay, quick 10 points. Finally getting a winner under my belt here. Very slow this morning. Do like the long still, believe it or not. At least the long maybe back up to 700. I wouldn't, I don't think there's anyone that's best. I mean, we're well far away from Globex, so that's kind of irrelevant right now. If we get close to it, then that's worth considering. But RTH is going to be our first consideration at 720. I wouldn't just watch one or the other. I watch both. They're both relevant. All right, we try and take the short again here for a quick scalp. Short at 04. Flat. Nice. Nice, Dave. So watching short here, as this is a low volume pocket. And we're close to RTH lower band, which has been holding. All right. So now is this the failed breakdown that I've been waiting for all morning? We'll see. Let's go. We get a continuation up. See if we can get back to the point of control at 47. I do think the price discovery short looks a little exhausted, but we'll see. Especially after that kind of big capitulation sell-off. If we get another capitulation sell-off, that would be awesome, but we'll see. We're barely red on NQ. We're down 0.09%. Yeah, I'm not sure on that either. All right, I'll try the long 16 and a quarter. Just no buyers, guys. No buyers. we go. All right, let's do a trader check-in, guys. 10:39 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Very slow day for me. How are you guys doing? Green, red, trading well? I can't seem to get in sync with the market today. It's just not my day. Nice, Tony. JP loves his short, so when the market goes down, he does well. Right, Tony? Right, JP? Nice, Sonny. Next leg down. Nice, guys. VIX still, we're up 7% on the VIX. So volatility kind of stepped back in here today after a compression of volatility last week. I was expecting more of a balanced day. Probably what screwed me up. Why I haven't taken many trades, because this is not aligning with what I expected, especially early on. So just a little hesitant to take trades. And when I do take trades, I'm quick to scratch. Protecting capital here on a Monday. We have all week. In fact, we have in perpetuity, because if anybody's here for longevity, not one day matters, actually. No one trading day is going to define you as a trader. So you never have to perform if you're not feeling like it's your day. The best thing you can do on a day where you're just not in sync, slow down, pause, stop, switch to a sim. And it could still very well be a balance stage, is on a much higher time frame. All right, this could be a rotation down. All right, we're still at the lows of Friday, essentially. Not even the low lows. We're kind of like the range lows. How far down does this thing go today? And that was a beautiful PDC short off of the RTH right there. This is what I'm saying, guys. I can't get in sync today. Just did not want to take that trade. Not into it. After a full week of failed breakdowns, you could see them all right here in this chart. Just one after the other. Boom, 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 boom. Just over and over again. Just everything gets bought. And I think this one will get bought. I do. Just got to be super patient. Nobody likes being a beginner because you suck when you're a beginner, right? And that's like that in most things. Anything that requires skill, you're not going to be good at. You can decide, I want to learn to play the guitar or the piano. You're going to suck at the guitar for the piano for quite some time. And you're not going to get good at it unless you practice every day. Trading is no different. David loves it when I use my piano analogy. What do you mean, what's going on with gold and ES? Gold's in price discovery to the downside. ES is doing the same thing as the NQ is. ESNQ charts are lining up now. Pretty darn close. Looks like we're going to get a rate cut this week with inflation close to 3% and the Fed's cutting rates. Amazing. For years, we've been hearing how hot inflation is and how they can't cut rates because of hot inflation. It's not close to the benchmark. So what do? They raise the benchmark. Oh, we can cut rates now, guys. Hmm. It's a slow grind down now. Two points at a time. You're looking for the short as the bleed out continues. I'm going to start scalping short probably after the bounce here. Logger, that's probably the first time it works. That's the way the market is. I'm not taking it because it's normally been going through it. Then all of a sudden it works like a charm. It's kind of like, every sell-off has been a false breakdown in the last week. So I'm thinking like this thing is getting bought as it grinds down. The good thing is I'm not doing any damage here. I'm just kind of sitting here taking some scalps, but really nothing crazy. Every attempt at buying has been sold into, so and the delta has been a fade since 10-15ish. All right, I'm going to try the Madonna only because why not? Madonna's at 56. Here we go. I'm going to put a 1 limited order in there. Maybe try and front run it just a little bit. Here we go. Who's ready? Okay. There it is. There's the break. And it's 60. Down 10 points. Here, I'll give it 20 points. There we go. Covered one. Nice. Beautiful Madonna. Sorry, Logger. There's definitely sound on YouTube, Sam. They're all hearing me. It has to break the level, Logger. It's a rejection. It's got to touch it. If it doesn't touch it, then it's not a Madonna. It's got to break the IB. It's got to break it. I'll probably take it. It could be 5, 10, 20 points and still be a Madonna. Absolutely. Think of it as, I mean, it's never going to play off to the tick. I mean, it might sometimes, but it's not going to be. Okay, now I'm not taking it again. All right, guys. Let's do another trader check-in. It's at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. How are we trading? It's just been a slow grind down on the indexes. Where are we at? Good. Good to hear. ES is continuing to sell off. Oh, that was just a pit trader from the ES CME trading pit. Yeah, that was probably one of the most crazy days he's ever experienced in his line of work. You know, they've seen sell-offs, but nothing that fast, that intense. 36 minutes. Oh man, I left some limit orders in there. Yikes. I'm long at 43 and a half. That's no good. Not usually a mistake I make. Yep. Lives ruined that day, and some people probably got really, really rich that day as well. So the guy who caused it was this like nobody in his house and outside of London who caused it. And he made like tens of millions of dollars, but I'm pretty sure he wound up getting arrested. No, it was by design, Logger. It was malicious in intent. It wasn't a fat finger order. No, we're talking about the flash crash of 2010, Wolfgang. Nice, here we go. Oh, about 800 bucks, just scalping. Not too exciting. Yeah, no, this is still price discovery to the downside on the short term. Just to be clear, we're in price discovery on this intraday chart. However, on the higher time frame, we're still in yesterday's price range. All right, we have to go all the way down to 581. That's yesterday's low. So we're still in range from Friday. However, we're in price discovery on the immediate intraday chart. Thanks, JP. I lose sense sometimes. That looks like a back test of IB if I've seen one. Nice little scalp, short. Back tested to the tick. Yep, that looks like a mighty fine resistance line. I don't know if that's big timing, but certainly something I would I hope to pull out regularly after this many years trading. All right, do we reclaim the IB low here? Might look for the long. Put a buy stop above right here at like 659. Rejected there again. Here we go. All right, see if continuation long 59.75. Looking for the squeeze. Come on. Out. They killed it. Monthly's at 573.5. You can see it on my screen right here. So as a reminder, guys, Chuck is going to be running a class tonight on chart setup basics, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for premium members in the classroom. 7 p.m. tonight. Mark your calendars. Make yourself a reminder. Our very own NQ Pivot Boss running a class for us tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Maybe. There might be punch and pie. So market calendars, premium. For those of you on YouTube, you can join with a free trial. Who wants to take a look at these soybeans? It's exciting. Tony, we're here. We'd be looking at corn. The lean hog market is in balance. Tony remembers. That was an inside joke with Tony. Checking out some corn. But you could size up on some corn. It's got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's got a 12 tick range and a full tick spread. No, I'm on the wrong thing. I'm on the wrong contract here. Here we go. Who would like to see some other products being traded on stream? Agriculture, energy, other precious metals like copper and silver. Not interested. Fair enough. All right, weekly swing session. That's interesting. So we got to break above this low volume node here. And then we might be able to get a return to lower band at 688. Still not that convincing on the delta, and that's another PDC short right there off of the RTH lower band. So there's another way to look at it, guys, right? You might find you do really well in particular market conditions. Right? When price is trending and you like continuation and breakout trades, the theory would be why not go to a product or a market that is experiencing that while the market you always trade just is not doing anything. So while you're sitting there waiting, there could be other setups, there could be other products that are doing exactly the type of price action you like. Just an idea. That's how we used to do it back in the day. So everybody wanted to trade ES or NQ all the time. What winds up happening is we wind up forcing trades in unfavorable market conditions because we're just looking at the same ticker all the time. So instead of going to where the good opportunities are, we wind up taking poor trades on the same symbol. Just something to think about. I'm not even looking. I don't usually look at ES's CVD, but let's take a look. I mean, NQ is obviously confirming. The problem with ES is it's so thick. Right? There could be so many passive orders that the CVD can go straight up while price goes down. See you later, Logger. Hope you had a green day. Wishing you a green day, sir. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here today. Not a great day for me personally. Slow, didn't take a lot of trades. So yeah, that's a good thing. Right? Continued downside bleed outs are just generally not my kind of conditions. Generally, what happens is I look for the breakdown long. Got a couple of them. Got a couple of continuations to the downside, but definitely did not take advantage of this. Like I would like to, you know, just not my just this type of stuff. This trade is it's out of the core setup guide, right? This is the plays. Just generally not where I make a bulk of my money. But so far, this has been a textbook trend down day. Textbook trend down day. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. If you're going to keep trading, why don't you head on over to the voice channels? You don't have to wrap up. You can switch over to Sim. You can keep learning. You can ask questions with your fellow VWAP Wave System traders. Call the market together, ask questions. Head on over to the after party. I hope you make it a great day. And if you are going to continue trading, manage your risk, stay sharp. Please join Chuck tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the classroom. And we'll be back at it tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the low latency Discord, and around 10 a.m. on the late feed on YouTube, which